who has just an S ton of money just laying around. It's just like, I don't know what to do with it. Give it to us. We'll put it to use. We'll start a bunch of recovery homes and, run things in a manner that us in recovery would seem to work, like doing the things that you don't want to do really, really does help you. And at the time you just hate it because you don't want to do it. But when you can give up that will of this is the way I want to do it and actually, follow a few rules and work on your recovery, I think that's the most important part of being in a transitional housing or sober home, sober living is learning how to live sober, working on yourself, doing those little things that you need to do without having to worry about the electric bill, the heat bill, the gas bill, the insurance, the rent. All you got to do is just pay the rent. And a lot of times you can get help from different organizations for that too, that'll cover the first couple months. And there are certain things you have to do, which I think are great too. And that's part of your recovery. Seeing a therapist is one of those, outpatient therapy, but, going to meetings, I think is a real strong, not deterrent from using, but it's a way to build that strong bond with your housemates, and you can make really good friends by going to those meetings, and you can meet people in the community. And I think that is something that all of us in our addiction, we lacked. We lacked the community involvement. We lacked friends. The only friends we had wanted to know how much we had, to either drink, to shoot, to snort, to whatever, to smoke. And now we're meeting people who just want to hang out, and talk about recovery and how great their day was, or maybe how crappy their day was. But the fact that they didn't use, it was still a good day. And I think that you meet those people at those meetings, and that's why I think they're so important. I don't work the steps. I've been clear about that. And if somebody's listening right now from AA, he's probably like, well, you're going to fail. You're going to relapse. We'll see. I haven't today, so that's good. I don't think there's anything wrong with working the steps. I just don't. I tried it. It didn't work. There's different things for different people. NA. I love NA because they welcome all addiction. And at the same time, the AA I went to in Buchanan, we had a guy that would come there and he didn't drink or use. He gambled. Mm-hmm. And he was welcome. Mm-hmm. And I love that group in Buchanan because they were like that. There's one guy that wasn't, but nobody liked him and nobody went to his meetings. But the other groups, that welcome everybody, I think is something that is changing. And I think, the people that are stuck in the old AA ways are going to have to either realize it or their, numbers are going to dwindle even more. Addiction is addiction. And to me, it doesn't matter, gamble, food, cocaine, pot, weed is pot. That's what I wanted to say. I wasn't double naming them. Heroin, meth, alcohol, it doesn't matter, man. If you want to get help, go to a meeting, meet some people, change what you're doing, because what you're doing is just sitting there and just eating cake all day or ice cream. There's other things you could be doing. You could be eating ice cream and cake with other people.
Right.
That way you wouldn't eat it all. I don't know, but I don't know. Back to the recovery housing thing, though. I think that going to meetings, having like a schedule, having a plan. I think that there's a few of us that, and we probably need a couple more people to kind of point us in the right direction too. But I think we could lay a really strong foundation down for a really good program on how to do things, and take a little piece from here, 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 and we put that all together, and I think we could have a nice program. And we just the funds. So if you got an S ton of money just laying around your bank account,
yeah.
Just,
well, I mean, and just like
sure.
anything, there's going to be some like trial and error for sure with what works and what doesn't work, and because there is turnover, which is essentially expected.
Yeah,
not the kind of turnover I think that, there's some people that just use. The idea is that transitional housing exists as a place for people who are focusing on starting their lives over, in living a sober life and getting to whatever's next for them. So whatever that may be, they might have a goal already. They might not know what it is yet. So that's an opportunity for them. It's a safe place. It's and a place for them to kind of restart their engines. And that's in a perfect world that everybody would be able to utilize. Transitional housing is that. And I think you touched on it. The biggest thing about what I've been dealing with is trying to relay to the clients is that, it's all in the name. It's sober living, and you actually have to work at it. You have a roof over your head. You have your bills taken care of, but it's up to you to actually utilize that time to really, figure out how you can get to what's next for you and be able to do it sober, have a job and, reconnect with the people that are healthy in your life, meet new people, that have the same interests as you and, that are doing good things, going good places and, kind of really that positivity that was lacking so much. And while we were, lost in our addiction, you need to find that again. And then, getting back in touch with your emotions, dealing with your past, going through counseling, all these things that are, available to you. You're in a spot in a living environment that it's more conducive for those things to be more effective and those things to be able to kind of sink in a little bit more and more comfortable place to explore the things that you need to. So it's an awesome opportunity for people that take advantage of it for what it is. And it hurts my heart when, I'm seeing people come in and they're not looking at it like that. And I think that's I'll say it out loud. I think that's one of the biggest struggles that I'm having with this new job is really trying to understand how, people are looking at this opportunity and just looking at it like a place to live in and not really focusing at all on, what the hugest part of being there is supposed to be,
The recovery and learning how to live sober. And it's not easy, and it's scary, and a lot of people don't realize it, and maybe not even realize that they're taking advantage of the system. Maybe they're just trapped in their vicious cycle, and there's nothing wrong with them. Well, there's nothing wrong with them as people. We're not saying they're bad people. I'm not saying they're bad people, but
No.
they're not taking advantage because they're still stuck in that. I want to do what I want to do, and that's for everybody else, and it doesn't apply to me. I'm better than that. Mm-hmm. That's the mentality that people have sometimes, and it's hard to let go of, that control aspect of it. And when you realize that you can only control what you do and your actions, and you can't really control other people and other situations, and it's hard to control yourself sometimes. Somebody pushes some drugs in your face, and you're like, "Yeah, I'll drink that." And mm-hmm. No one's going to know, or I just won't drink there. There's just so many things that come to play. And, and sober living doesn't work for everybody either. If you got 18 kids, you probably aren't going to go to sober living. But for the people that do, I think there's a huge opportunity for 217 Recovery to be involved in a major way and really kind of show it from the inside out. That there's people that do it and that have been done. There are people that do it to try to make a bunch of money, which, okay, cool, that's fine. And there's nothing against making money. We're a nonprofit, but we want to make money too, so that we can help support our own cause. And the more the money we can have, the more things that we can do to help people in recovery. We can clothe them. We can give them rides, to meetings and to their doctor appointments, put them up, place to live. There's so many things that we can do. and help people in recovery, get them back into school. I mean, there's so many things that we could do if we just had the resources to do it. And like I said, S ton of money. Mm-hmm. There's somebody listening that knows somebody with an S ton of money, and they're just like, well, I don't really know. I think we're going to just give it away to Trumps. Don't give it away to Trumps. Tell them, give that to 217 Recovery, because I'm telling you, we're going to do good stuff with it. And, Anna's on board. Anna cracks me up because now she has free time. She's like, oh, gung-ho, which is amazing. And it's just kind of like, I think it's finally kind of clicking onto her, like, holy shit, like we've come a long way in a year. Like in another year it's going to be even more insane. And I was talking to a guy today and was telling about Anna, was saying that everybody wants Broken and Beautiful shirts, and yeah, I'm sure they do. It costs money to make them. We gave a lot of shirts away, and we still do, but we're not really in the business of losing money and giving away shirts. I would love to give people shirts with 217 Recovery on it. Throw a donation here and we will. But she's so funny, and she's like, oh, we need to get this many shirts and do this. And it's like, okay, Anna, how about you start the clothing line? I've kind of mentioned it and talked about it before, but I'm down for that. I mean, a wise man once told me any idea is a good idea. And there's some hack-ass clothes out there that people wear. I mean, they're just ugly. I'm sure Anna would do great. I'm sure you could team up with her too, design some really cool, awesome-ass clothes. Why can't we do that? Because we haven't tried? Right. That's the only reason. That's the only thing holding us back from anything in this world, is because we didn't try. We didn't get out there and we didn't do it. Find out how much it costs. Find out who can make it, who can, instead of doing the stuff that we're doing now, which is, all we could really afford, with the heat press and vinyl. But, there's ways that we could actually do this and actually start a clothing line. Mm-hmm. I should just challenge Anna right now, start a clothing line.
There you go.
She likes challenges, and she's smart. She's bright. She can figure it out. And we'll do whatever we have to do to raise the money to get whatever we need to take us to the next level, just like the transportation part. And, our 217 Recovery clothes, we could, use the profits from that to clothe people in every recovery facility in Michigan. And then we could expand it, but we won't go to Ohio because Ohio sucks. Just kidding. We have listeners in Ohio. I just like to make fun of them. But yeah, it's little things like that could turn into something huge. And there's only one reason why it doesn't, or it can't. And that's just how I believe, and that's how I think. Earlier today, a guy was talking about how he's going to, change things. And I've heard this before, and I don't know if it was a therapist or a movie or a book or TED Talk or what, but the guy said that he was I'm gonna stop smoking. I'm gonna stop doing this. It's like, okay, well, you're focusing on the things you want to stop. How about you focus on the things you want to start? I'm gonna get up in the morning. I'm gonna start chewing gum. I'm gonna start brushing my teeth. And instead of focusing on the smoking part, I'm gonna quit smoking. Well, now you're thinking about smoking. Just take it out of the picture totally, and just say, it might have been my psychology class, but it's just how you think about things like that. Instead of, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to smoke anymore. I'm not going to eat ice cream anymore. I'm going to eat popcorn at night now, and now I want some popcorn, now I want to watch a movie and some popcorn, and I'm going to cut the sweets out of my life, and I'm going to lose 100 pounds. That's just something I want to do. I'm going to be healthier, I'm going to eat vegetables, Marnie.
What? Mm-hmm. Did you just say that out loud? Uh-huh. You heard it here, folks.
But I don't know. It's how you think about things, and why not? We can be a clothing line. We can be a transportation service. We can be motivational speakers. Mm-hmm. Those are things that we're gonna be, and I'm gonna make a movie about 217 Recovery, and we're all gonna be in it, and it's gonna be awesome.
Heck yeah.
So I don't know. Do you have anything else you would like to add to this? podcast tomorrow?
No, but I